Chairman Wontumi has landed in another trouble. Now, this is a new case Attorney General are filing. It's here Chairman Wontumi and 2 other people. Bonebe no moye, ye say allegedly, omo forge documents, edekwaje a yesika from Ghana Exim Bank for a farm project. Say, Yoku investigations, omwewie, emomwe say it was a facade. Na Bronika say a facade, and say adie no, nenye sa nete. Nti basically no, omo forge documents, edekwa say, yewo company, yedo, moma yembosia na yemfa enkonkodo na inkrata wa mokoko sani and say na fake document ni fake allegedly court be proving you enti no omo de koje bosia no enti sika ne de wo som de koye no man fa nkwankoye. So basically we know this case that we knew it was coming enti and ya file charges no. So now it is active. We are going to go into the charges and then we will see the Ama Attorney General original so award charge Chairman Wontumi. Na nye Chairman Wontumi pe Chairman Wontumi together with obi friend Thomas Entry Buesiakon. Enti Bernard Entry Buesiakon Chairman Wontumi obi nso friend Thomas Entry Buesiakon and they say we dwane and then Wontumi Farms Limited. And you see there is a pattern with Chairman Wontumi osha ne charges nina yede abono no. It looks like he always has a family member bia odi ne dinka ne enyama woye ho. Na at the end of the day yaba be chi no si ye hwehwe sa family member na ye si ye hu no. Mo hwe Samurai boy case now, that was the same thing. Afterlende nebusieni bia na ye si woka ho no ye si ye hwehwe na ye hu no. When so say yes, or another family member be a friend Thomas Intribuisi akwa no ka ho ono so yen hu no. And it's quite interesting. I don't know whether these family members indeed exist or they are just a facade. I don't know. But courts will prove all these things. So this is the new case. Actually, based on Iyoko investigations. No, you have later Chairman Wontumi. You are going to go into it. And then first time waha subscribe and click the notification bell on this. This latest news be about one sabeka. Corporate Logistica, a vehicle management company, ewa Ghana ha. Me say adie we, just say onye vehicle business ewa Ghana hada. Obi biara we only vehicle, especially cargo vehicle from 40-footer, and from Sprinter to 40-footer biano. In fact, even passenger vehicles no, unim say problem wo drivers, sikasem, na maintenance, insurance, and bebre. Corporate Logistica say. So, our cargo vehicle from Sprinter to 40-footer for car ne momo. Now, what can you do and relax it? Omo abepe driver makano. Omo abeye insurance wakane ho. Omo abeye maintenance biye wasa omo ye wakane ho. No mo makane ejumaye. Now, what can you do no every month you bet you aka 2 times. Umpe we na opedi. Frewamo was 059 8022033. Oni omo ntwetwe nkomo. So, we ye driver oba ana woni mo ba bia wotwi car. No wo pay jumaye. Na wo pesi ye mano ready employment a wono nso free Corporate Logistica 0598022033. Na me sanso kai wo say secret kesiye ba ko wo wiase mu ende amene o kasei ene say ma wo honam enye nome ma wo honam entoso sa de no e de respect ba o bebia be ma wakọ no odwen ho awonte ase inkubi wo ho a anti-aging cream se wrinkles a sha se ba ana wo nyina wo pese still wo honam no eluki younger spenisika kakra he se wo spenisika especially on yourself na wo ma we looky appetizing the anyway, but you are making yourself look appealing. It is a good investment because that thing alone adie bi ebetumi ayama no ebia na wonim obi ebetumi ama wehia obi ebetumi ama one na atwetwe nko ebia na wonim just because you were looking nice, you were looking presentable. It is a good investment. So spend money and buy a creamer ebema patia so wrinkles still nyama ni na ebema honam ni na Free Unities Ventures 059 800 3891. omo be delivery ne the nationwide baby a wo bia ye be delivery ama. Now yenko eye enkrata no emu. I say count 1, statement of offense, defrauding by false pretense, contrary to section 131 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960 Act 29. Particulars of offense. Bernard Enchubu Esiakon, alias Wontumi, 50 years old, entrepreneur, and Thomas Enchubu Esiakon, that you, in the year 2018, in the Greater Accra region, and within the jurisdiction of this court, did by false pretenses obtain the sum of about 14,302,000 Ghana cedis from Ghana Export-Import Bank. Inti Chema Wontumi allegedly no, you say onya 14.302 million Ghana cedis, right? Count 2, statement of offense, altering of a forged document, contrary to sections 169 of the Criminal Offences Act. Particulars of offense. Bernard Enchubu Esiakon alias Wontumi, 50 years old, entrepreneur, that you, in the year 2018, in the Greater Accra region, and within the jurisdiction of this court, did, with the intent to defraud the officials of Ghana Export-Import Bank, use a forged receipt, knowing that the same is not genuine, to obtain the sum of about 4 million Ghana cedis from the said Ghana Export-Import Bank. Into year 2018, into your count I debo Chema Wontumi bebreo. The first count, and it said 2018. Chema Wontumi ekokoji 14 million. Now or the false pretenses intro and or the koji 14 million. No. The second count, and also year 2018 na Chema Wontumi sanso koji 4 million from Ghana the same bank. No, or the forged document. And a kokoji. Count 3, statement of offense, money laundering, contrary to section 12C of the Anti-Money Laundering Act 2020. Particulars of offense. Bernard Enchubu Esiakon alias Wontumi, 50 years old, entrepreneur, that you, between the years 2018 and 2022, within the jurisdiction of the court, did take possession of a part of the sum of money totaling about 14,302,000 Ghana cedis only from Wontumi Farms Limited, knowing at the time of taking possession that the money was acquired through fraud. No one him say sikana wajino or the boneso energy sikano nanso kokoji sikano 14 million Ghana cedis. Count 4, statement of offense, intentionally causing financial loss to a public body, contrary to section 179A2 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960 at 29. Particulars of offense. Bernard Enchubu Esiakon alias Wontumi, 50 years old, entrepreneur, Thomas Enchubu Esiakon and Wontumi Farms Limited, that you, between the years 2018 and 2022, within the jurisdiction of this court, did, in the course of a business transaction with Ghana Export-Import Bank, intentionally cause the said Ghana Export-Import Bank to lose over 30 million Ghana cedis. Chema Wontumi allegedly say between 2018 to 2022, sika waji ye total from Exim Bank no 30 million Ghana cedis. Atre say sika no ase adwembone eno de agigi sika nyina. That is what the court is saying. I may say that is what the court. That's what the statement, this is what is going on. Now, let's try to read the brief facts. And then the yatin semna siye. Say, bosremokani yede to Chema Wontumi so. And I say, case wo ho was or answer. I say the first accused person, into Chema Wontumi or A1. The first accused person, A1, a 50-year-old entrepreneur, is a native of Kontanase in the Ashanti region. He is the sole shareholder and one of the two directors of the third accused person, A3. The second accused person, A2, is the other director of A3. He is at large. A3, whose objects is general farming, agricultural business and processing, was incorporated and authorized to commence business on December 14th, 2017. Until 1 week after MPPA winning about 2017, a one at Wontumi Koko be a company. Company no de yedin ya wode bedo. Nka problem in him. Na bayamba. But say indeed, Wontumi ye chine say adie we de to ne so say indeed court stress say odisa bone na. It will tell you when the plan started. 14th December 2017, and Koko be a company no. Exactly after a week, MPP winning. Also, sometime in January 2018, A1 approached the Ghana Export-Import Bank, the bank, for a grant of 19 million Ghana cedi facility to embark on a farming venture. In the grant application letter, A1 ostensibly, as A3's managing director, declared that a parcel of land, 100,000 acres in size, has been secured for the project. Accompanying the grant application letter are two documents. The first is a letter titled Board Resolution Letter and dated January 23rd, 2018. This letter was signed by A2, who described himself as the board chairman of A3. The letter stated that the grant application was authorized by A3's board of directors through a resolution passed on December 9th, 2017, 4 clear days before A3 was incorporated. The second document, which accompanied the application, is titled Proposed Project for Wontumi Farms. In this project proposal, the accused persons represented to the bank that just 2,500 acres, about 6,000 acres of the farm project, is estimated to employ about 6,000 families of about 38,000 individuals. Inti, yesi chairman Wontumi ene ne company no ekokoye nkrata de koto bank nim se omo 100,000 acres so a omo de beye efu omo tretrensem nimu e de nkrata koto bank nim kire se efu ne kra no 6,000 acres pe 6,000 acres of efu ne pe no ebetumi employ nkrofo 6,000 ebetumi employ 38,000 people. Inti ebetumi ahwe ebusuafo bako 6,000, just 6,000 acres of a phone. On January 16th, 2018, the bank made a mixture of loan and grant facility offer to A3. It was an 18,734,260 Ghana cedis only. Only facility. Inti omode nkrata ne kokoto bank nim bank den so hwe hu se okay krata ya modi abe die ti bank ne katom so okay wo de ye bebo mo bosia na bosia no eye 18.7 million Ghana cedis ene de be mamo na mo de akwakoye adwuma na o se o de kwakoye no o de kodo. It was to be spent on the purchase of agricultural plants and machinery, working capital, and a grant for staff and labor cost and consultancy fees. Inti sika no ade ana chema Wontumi also de ye se onfa nkofa mfidie a ode beba bedo. Ebeye sika wode betua enkrofo ne ka omo mbeye adwuma wo eye efu ne so no ode betua omo ka. Eye sika wode be kwakofa consultant because nipa de okoye bibia o se okoko consulting crofo no mo kire o se ade ne ye ni se nte sika o se o de kokofa consultant. It was at 4 p.m. on January 23rd, 2018, A1 signed the acceptance in Kumasi. Inti bank no de beto chema Wontumi enim se ni se hwana chema Wontumi o signing agreement is okay 18.7 million no mo fama me. A2 witnessed it. By March 2018, the bank commenced disbursing the facility to A3 A total sum of 14,302,000 Ghana cedis only was disbursed. And by January, na Chairman Wontumi asensan ne nkrata, and after 2 months, January, February, March na bank no awaya 40 million ama Chairman Wontumi. The bank account ni waye there 40 million at tom. Ata ni e katre mo kufuado the bank account emu hwem kwan. Also, investigations have, however, established that the accused persons did not undertake the proposed farming activity. They bought no agricultural plants and machinery. They employed no one to work on the farm. They did not own or secure the parcel of land, which they represented to the bank as a parcel of land secured for the proposed farm. That is not all. Inti investigations on why ye and there are buying way by investigations on what Baba Yan say 100,000 acres at Chairman Wontumi de at 2 krata also say what the Kwajibosian ye behwe mu no say enye no kware oni asase biasa only 100,000 acres bia sika ye ka se won fan kongoto mfidie fan mrambe don wanto he asosompo wanto enkrofo ka se o obetumi employ enkrofo 38,000 ewe fuo ni mu oh masa oze forget it won nipa ba kumpo wa employ any sika no dey then I say that is not all yunkum e dey no this sika na ye I say sometime in March 2018 A1 presented a document which bore receipts to the bank. A1 presented the document as evidence that A3 had purchased 4 million Ghana cedis only worth of agricultural plants and machinery for the farm. In 2018 March, when Chairman Wontumi the receipt about say, oh, in Fidiana me beji sika se me kotono makwa koto, or the ababe tre bank no. Okoto mfidie ni senya was 4 million. Yamani 18 million on. And so si okoto mfidie 4 million. No problem. Also, the bank relied on the documents to advance more funds to A3 for the farm project. The bank no who say or the receipt abanom say oh any ejuma no ye. Say wo kra sika wo ba say wo ba beje no. No problem. Inti ejuma no ye nti sika na aka ne ye de yen farm ma because initially no sika ye de ma na enye ni na ni de na wo bisa for na enye ni na ne de ma. Tie hu ne se washa se wuto mfidie no the receipt abadia and the gisika no. Also, the document was not a genuine purchase receipt at all. It was originally a pro forma invoice issued by the Cass Summer Enterprise to A1 when A1 made price inquiries. Now, your friend BB pro forma invoice. Now, pro forma invoice no NSA. Uko shop bisa wo kwa koto adia. Na wama wamwaye enkrata ama. Nanso unya nto adia no eye enquiry. Ubisa se oh adia we minya ya meto nanso ne bo no eye sen. But officially no yehu receipt mame ene ne fe ne pro forma invoice. Into unya nto adia ne de nanso ye receipt a officially no wo de bekwa akotre ebi apanyin bi se adia me pese meto no bebi a me call ye no receipt a wo mo de ama me se adia ne bo no eni. Inti Chairman Wontumi call company bi ekoko katrom so peso to mfidie bi. Inti company ne man pro forma invoice. Ena company ne man sa pro forma invoice no. Inti allegedly no sa pro forma invoice na Chairman Wontumi kokko forge ya wo de kotre bank no. Te said ye eye receipt. Receipt no tre se wato. Ene ya true receipt ama ya true ama se wato. Pro forma invoice ne say wo ba be bisa ade ne bo ene ya true ama e won krata so. Ena wo de ko to koko bisa abo ye trauma no won krata aso no and allegedly okoko forge ya wo de code editing no the year to say receipt e de come bank no. Investigation has established that the inscription pro forma invoice on the document was altered and replaced with receipts. So you see, Chairman Wontumi ko edit allegedly okoko J pro forma invoice and okoko edit ye edeko tre bank no as a receipt. But you see, adie we ni na no, I also blame the bank. So yeah, charge Chairman Wontumi and the bank has to be charged. So the bank is telling me say when Chairman Wontumi's company presented the receipt, sebi omo nsia nyanse hu ne say before we issue payments, let us call the company. Because company now, wakwakoji receipt ne free omo. Say company no omo logo, and now omo head letter or whatever, e will receipt ne so. The bank ne who ne say, yemfre company ne who ne say, indeed, obi ababe make purchase be say. Unless say bia, company ne beka so, they run a privacy policy where we are not going to confirm. But enokrano, for every single bank, it's just like you are going to Ukoji visa now the bank statement kwa. The unconform they are going to confirm. You know, they have to confirm at the bank. So anyway. Also, investigations have established that A1 withdrew huge sums of the funds from A3's bank accounts and spent the same for his personal use. Tio. Also, investigations have established that A1 withdrew huge sums of the funds from A3's bank account and spent the same for his personal use. Since this ikanema the company no and ono achema Wontumi allegedly koko yi sika no and odoko ye ono ane personal things, including investing such sums in other business enterprises. Inti sika ne den odoko ye odiko bi ono ankasa ne companies. All efforts by the bank to recover the monies from the accused persons landed on rocks. Inti bank never be who say chema Wontumi we try ase waye kanana. Inti bank ne yomo adwen say wo mo ba after chema Wontumi aba beji omusika omo ye ya. That's that time na aban na woso. Udi agra wo penyin na wote bank na no na wo kwa after chema Wontumi ne kra no. Udi agra wo kra no. Yebe pame o. So, in March 2025, officials of the Economic and Organized Crime Office of the Attorney General commenced investigations into the affairs. A1 was subsequently arrested and cautioned on May 14, 2026. On May 14, 2026, he was charged. Hence, this arraignment. Inti we die, Chema Wontumi nensem no. Ninsem no. Inti no onkonko kire se o indeed asase na ni ade ne de metoye en de manye we baby akwa kodu die. I think say the bank will even come out to asempeni. Hey Charlie, ebusianfo book na eda screen is on your friend the Ghanaian investor. This is your most practical guide. Ebetro senior obe investi ewo Ghana. Now, a lot of people don't know, but you will be a friend of the Ghana Stock Exchange. Now, Ghana Stock Exchange, we invest in Ghana Stock Exchange more. What it simply means, and it's a Udi Usika invest in some companies be a listed in Ghana. Companies be to say a year Ghana Commercial Bank, companies be to say MTN. Into the best investments are any Ghanaian can ever do. Investing in a Ghana Stock Exchange, because on average, Ghana Stock Exchange, a return revenue and an ROI of 25%. What it simply means is that every single year, biano, when you crano, na 25% if you invest in a Ghana Stock Exchange. This book is going to take you through how to invest in a Ghana Stock Exchange, how to invest in a Nyamabia friend mutual funds. Now, aside this, there are 3 other investment firms be a Ghana Hanson Swa, a yes secret and crowdfunding. If you purchase this book, you are going to get to know of those secrets or those investments, and then it's going to change your life forever. Get this book, The Ghanaian Investor. So, open book maybe out a very simple number na that book neso 055-807-4986. Obe to me a fresh number no. Ofra ye be sort out with the book. Obe to me so our WhatsApp number no. So one person obe free and I say one person obe WhatsApp ya. Very simple. On your screen, video now wo hwe sisi ano. Obe hu baby ya draw view products. Obe to me a click so a obe hu say books ni na ebeba. Na wa click book no version ni twi video wo ho. Ni PDF ewo ho, ni English video enso wo ho. Twi video no eye for wo mo a eye na akenkan eye omoden. Omo ana wo Wontumi nkenkan brofo. Ni English video enso wo ho. Akenkan ye oden na nso pe brofo a English video wo ho. PDF enso obi a wo hwe a wo pese wo kan wo phone so na trese bibia eco smooth no. Also there any the PDF. So that is also another way you can get the book. So what hear me now you Ghana ni now our brochure. You can just go on Amazon. Now I search a book no the title that screen is no the Ghanaian investor. Into search for book ne title Ghanaian investor. We won't say beba na wa purchase na tre say ya ship e dia bro e wa brochure ho. And I say video na wo hwe sisi ano ye wo be a friend the description box e wo YouTube. Into your answer obe click more. O click more obe call description box ni mu. Into call description box ni mu a obe hu say a book no ne links ewa ha wati ase opese o use mobile money a eno ane se wa click sa link na ya tro get my book here for mobile money, get the ebook here na wa click so na unsaka get the hard copy na wa click so na unsaka very 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 simple. These are the ways obetumi use enya book we yento book we ni yehu senia yebetumi invest. Ghana's economy is booming. I personally believe that the next set of billionaires and millionaires, no, they will be coming from the Ghana Stock Exchange. And so take advantage of this, learn how to invest in the Ghana Stock Exchange amidst any other and all other investments, and also what Ghana for.